it's nice to go away off the back of a couple of wins. So we talked about home form being the foundation of what you do, but I think prior to Aki, our away performances and our away form had been pretty good. So we want to pick that back up.
And you mentioned the Accrington Stanley performance there. Is that something that sort of still is irritating in the background until you put it right with your next away game?
It's always what lessons we can take and what we can learn from any game. So we broke down the Aki game. I think we highlighted a couple of things that we took into the next couple, and the big takeaway from Aki was that we've got to be switched on for every minute of every game, and we have to be up for every game, because you don't know where your points are going to come or where your opportunities are going to fall. So first half at Accrington we weren't at our best. Second half we did enough to probably get something out of the game, but as a group and as a club, it was a good one to make us recognise that we've got to be bang at it for every minute of every game.
I suppose even more so at Sheffield Wednesday, you've got to be bang at it there as well, haven't you?
I don't think there'd be any problems keying the players in. I would imagine when they get the fixtures at the start of the year, Sheffield away would be one of the ones they look for. But we've earned the right to be going there. We've earned the right to go and compete with them on a level playing field. So certainly won't be going there and being passive.
Is this the one though that you have to play the game and not the occasion?
Yeah. No, I think there's a bit of both. I think ultimately when you step on the pitch, when you step over the white line, it's a green rectangle, same as any other football pitch you've been on. But there are going to be 25,000, 30,000 people there. So if we can tap into that and feed off their energy, then that could be a plus for us as well.
And what do you make of Wednesday? Because looking at them, goals really seem to be spread around their team. Does that mean threats come from all over?
Yeah, and they're good on set plays. They make a lot of chances. They were good. They were good at Plymouth the other night. Probably should have won the game, in fairness, but Plymouth's goalkeeper played really well. So now they've got a lot of attacking options, and they can mix it up and they can change it. So, as you would expect at this Sheffield Wednesday at this level, you would expect them to have a good squad.
From your perspective, how important was Tuesday to prove to the players that they can win without Alfie May?
Yeah, we didn't really. We all know Alfie's a good player. He's been talismanic for us over the past 18 months, but we didn't talk about it too much before the game as a group. And I think they know that all of them have got my trust and my belief, and maybe it was, even if it's not a conscious thing, even if maybe subconsciously now they know that they've gone out and they can perform at that level without Alfie, maybe that will help them even more.
And in terms of tactically how you cope without him, do you need the players whoever you select to replace him, do you need them to be like Alfie, or do you have to play to their strengths and change things around a little bit at the front end? Yeah,
you can't parrot anybody. You have to bring your. That's why we have a squad of 20 plus, because they've all got different attributes and they've all got different personality and character, and I'll only ever ask them to implement that onto the match. You can't, if I ask somebody to go out and do an imitation of someone else, invariably it'll be they'll fall short. But if I go out and ask them to be the best version of themselves, then they'll have a chance of performing well, and that's all I'll ever ask of them.
Injuries, you said obviously you had Dan Edson back on the bench on Tuesday, and James Olayinka was getting closer. Is he ready yet?
He's not ready yet, but he's on the grass, and hopefully he might be able to join in some sessions next week. Rags hopefully will be on the grass next week. JT possibly next week. Grant Horton's got a minor niggle in his calf, so hopefully he'll be back next week. There's nothing. They're all getting a little bit closer.
And after Elliott Bonds returned on Saturday, do you have to sort of manage him and his game time at the moment?
Bonzi, yeah, possibly. We have to be a little bit. To be fair to Bonzi, he could have gone again Tuesday, but that was probably me being sensible, and we have got good options, and I thought that the two in there were really good. So yeah, we're fortunate. We've got the capacity in the squad to manage people a little bit.
Thanks, Wade. Good luck.
Cheers, mate.
Morning, Wade. After the game, you said Alfie's looking 8 to 10 weeks, but there's still a bit of swelling in there. Is it still looking like 8 to 10 weeks? Have you got any more info on exactly what he's done?
No, Alfie's still in the boot, so he's got a protective boot on at the minute. That should come off next week, and it's until that point it's just conservative management. So we just have to assess that one as and when it goes.
Do you think, obviously, as often happens, you get a few back and then you get another injury, but in terms of numbers, you've got a couple of lads out on loan now getting football. Are you happy with the numbers of sort of players that you've got to select from at the moment?
Yeah, and I think it's it's a competitive squad, so they all know they could be called upon at any minute. I'd like to think that they all feel close to playing and all feel a part of it, which I think helps helps to fuel the togetherness and the unity within the squad.
I think you were hoping to go and have a chat with Michael Duff after the interview on Tuesday. Was he impressed with what he saw on Tuesday night?
It was just a quick catch up, because I knew I wanted to get home to Jess and the kids, so I was just trying to catch him quickly before he shot off. But no, I think he enjoyed the game. And obviously they play Bolton in fairly soon, so it was a dual purpose one for him.
In terms of, there's a lot of big clubs in League One, but you'd have played against Sheffield Wednesday many times in the Championship, and do you think now Sunderland have gone up, they possibly are the biggest club? I know sometimes it's hard to compare, but
yeah, I'm not getting into that debate, John, because we'll play Derby, or we'll play Ipswich, or we'll play. I don't know, mate. There are lots of. It's a really good league. There are some. You focus on the big clubs, your Ipswiches, your Boltons, your Derbys, but throughout the league, it's a good league. So, like I said to you earlier, we've earned the right to be going to Hillsborough, and we go there as, we go there on the same footing. But undoubtedly, it's one that I think the players and the club and the fans will look forward to. So, great one for us to go there and enjoy. But we'll enjoy it if we perform in the same manner that we have done in recent weeks.
Yeah, it started well there last year, didn't it? 1-0 up for Alfie, and then maybe 4-1, a little bit harsh. In the end, they scored a couple of late goals, didn't they? But it wasn't a 4-1 game for a lot of the afternoon.
No, it wasn't a 4-1, but we scored early, and then obviously the temptation then is to sit on it a little bit. And I think in that game, certainly the lads expended so much energy. When they did score, I think they scored around 70, something like that. I think by the time they did score, it was difficult for us to flip the switch and regain the momentum. So, no, it was a lot closer than the scoreline suggested.
How well do you remember the goal against Sheffield Wednesday past Mark Crossley at Turf Moor?
Turf Moor? No, I don't remember. No, I don't remember that one. I scored one for Bournemouth. I remember that one. Bournemouth, we beat Sheffield at. It was a similar scenario. They'd not long been down into League One, I think. Massive at the level, obviously. And we beat them at 1-0 at Dean Court quite late on. I remember that one. Don't remember the Mark Crossley one. Sounds massive time. That sounds like I scored that many goals. I can't remember them all, but I promise you that's not the case.
According to my records, it was 1-1 draw. You scored to put Burnley 1-0 up, and Dion Burton equalised a few minutes later, and it finished 1-1.
Dion did Dion score a penalty?
I don't know if it was a penalty. Don't think so. But it was
if I remember the right game, Gabor Kiraly was trying to put him off by. It might not have been that game, but Gabor was trying to put him off by kicking a post and knocking the mud off his post when the goalie blew his whistle. So was it Dion? It was definitely Sheffield Wednesday. They just rolled it down and just rolled it in. Well, Gabor was. I remember that one, but I don't remember. No, I don't remember the Mark Crossley one.
Just finally, Wade, I'm not expecting you to comment on the situation, but how important to Cheltenham Town is Mickey Moore?
No, he's obviously Mickey's been here for 4 years, and that's coincided with a good period for the club, and he's across a lot of areas at the football club. I know predominantly the focus is on recruitment, but Mickey's across, more than just recruitment, and I won't comment on the situation or speculate on what may or may not happen. But obviously, if he did go, then we'd all be disappointed.